Hi everybody, welcome to the Raw Recap Show. So this is Raw 25. This is where you bring out all your big guns. This is where everybody comes back. You have your big matches. And let's see if they lived up to the hype, shall we? Okay, first of all, we start with the pregame show. It had Renee Young, David Otunga, and Peter Rosenberg. First of all, why did it have David Otunga in it? They could have brought out Coach for this. They could have brought out anybody else. David Otunga just seemed like just kind of worthless, if you ask me. Just completely worthless. They could have put Sam Roberts in there, but David Otunga just way off base. Then they brought out the King and good old JR in the Manhattan Center. Very interesting that they're in two different locations for a 3-hour show. Now, they talked about JBL and Ron Simmons. They were in the back, the APA, and they forgot that the door was locked, which I thought was hilarious. So JBL and Ron Simmons, they are really funny guys, and apparently they locked the door and forgot to unlock it, even though it's just a door. It's still great. Sam Roberts was outside the Barclays Center. He should have been in, taking over David Otunga's spot. It would have made it so much better. The Miz and Maurice are live, and they're ready to go against the champion Roman Reigns. Eric Bischoff joins the panel a little bit, talks about it, which I thought was really cool. Bayley has a Twitter video where she is backstage with Hall of Famer Trish Stratus, which is really, really great. So just a lot of other really cool stuff. They talk about Bret Hart saying he's not going to be there, Edge saying he's not going to be there, Kevin Nash is not going to be there. And they open the show from the Manhattan Center, and then they go right to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. So they're starting out in the Manhattan Center, but they're immediately going to Barclays. They could have done something to kind of change it up. And they go right to it. JoJo introduces Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon and SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. They do this thing like they have no heat. I mean, they're supposed to have heat at each other, and they really didn't have any heat. But apparently, it's Raw 25, so we'll give it, we'll forgive them a little bit. And then Vince McMahon comes out, and they try to give him an award. And the award they try to give him is a plaque. And Stephanie says that they got the money for the plaque on a GoFundMe page that didn't get a lot of hits. Now, I'm sorry, folks, but here you have a billionaire and the billionaire princess and Shane, who, Shane got money too. You do not need to have a GoFundMe site for anything. That was the dumbest, stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. So Vince turns heel right away, and the reason he turns heel is because Steve Austin comes out, and Vince kind of says, I'm in AARP now, I got a heart murmur, I got all this stuff. Now, Shane's in his prime and turns him on Shane. Shane gets hit with a stunner. Then Vince gets hit with a stunner, and then Shane gets hit with another stunner. Lots of beer, lots of stunners, lots of good times. Okay, then we go to the first match. Asuka, Sasha Banks, Mickie James, and Bayley against Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Nia Jax, and Alicia Fox. I had to say Alicia's name like that because that's from Noam Dar. You had to kind of know that the face team was going to win because Asuka's on it. They're not going to make her first loss in WWE loss in an 8-woman tag team match. It just isn't the way they're going to do it for her. I think that they should have done something different with that then. I really didn't like this match, really didn't care for it. The only part I liked was seeing Sasha Banks tap out Alicia Fox. I just wish they would have done like a one-on-one match with two of the ladies and then let them all brawl. Set up that Royal Rumble. Or have one-on-one against the ladies with so-and-so reffing the match. Trish or Lita or whoever else. could have reffed the match, and there would have been no problems. That to me just seems so cold that they just had this throwaway match. I mean, they're trying to set up the big pay-per-view. They could have done it a lot better. But, of course, the faces win like it's a big shock. Asuka did fight off all three of the other girls and dump them over the top rope to show everybody that they could do it. Kurt Angle was in the backstage talking to a ref. Jonathan Coachman comes out, then Harvey Whippleman and the Brooklyn Brawler come in. Teddy Long comes in. Bruce freaking Pritchard comes in as Brother Love. He doesn't exactly know who the coach is, apparently. The Boogeyman comes in and puts a bunch of worms in the coach's hands, which was gross. But he's the Boogeyman, and apparently he's coming to get you. The Undertaker came back. The Undertaker's outfit was really, really weird. I was just mind blown by his outfit. It was just didn't look like the regular Undertaker. If the Undertaker is truly gone and truly done, this would have been a great speech. He said to all, time for those who've fallen to rest in peace. Okay. I don't know what they're planning on doing with him, but I just want him to retire. I don't want to see him in another WrestleMania. I don't want to see John Cena in any WrestleMania. Just saying. So the APA were back playing cards with Ted DiBiase, Slater Rhino. They had a whole bunch of other people there. They did segments throughout the night. Then they brought out the general managers, so they brought Laurinaitis, they brought Rigo, Bischoff, and Daniel Bryan. I thought it was ridiculous to bring Daniel Bryan out when they're talking Raw general managers. I just didn't get where that whole thing worked out. But in a night where a lot of things are stupid, that's definitely one of them. So Bryan comes out, then the Miz's music hits. The Miz gets in Daniel Bryan's face. Way to go, WWE, giving me something that you're never going to give me. I don't think that you'll ever give me the Miz and Daniel Bryan. You've been teasing it for how long? And I don't think it's going to happen. So just why are you doing this to the good people who really want to see this match but won't? So The Miz versus Roman Reigns, I'm going to be just quite simple with it. The Miz can just do no wrong at this point. The guy has a beautiful wife. He's got a baby on the way. He's got a new TV show. He's got a new movie. And he now has the WWE Intercontinental Championship after beating Roman Reigns. What looked like kind of clean. Reigns got knocked out with an exposed turnbuckle. But it looked cleaner than it normally does for The Miz. I mean, he kind of cheated, but it was kind of the cheating thing that just didn't really matter. So The Miz wins. I would have loved to seen a lot of the heel champion. I would, like Christian, I would love to see him come out. And I think MVP held the Intercontinental title. I would love to see some sort of celebration for The Miz to win this. Or have Jericho come out. And just have them raise his hands in victory. That would have made him that would have made him money right there. He would have been a money man. They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball so many times. They come back from break. MVP, the Hardys. The Hardys is not what it is. So Lord of Pain is wrong. The Usos are back there. Thank God Naomi didn't show up. Christian is in the ring for the Peep Show. He lasts like a few seconds before the whole Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins things come out. The Bar comes out. Simple thing to start to plan their match for next week. Charlie Caruso has a backstage interview with Alexa Bliss. Bliss does her thing, and then Charlotte comes over, and then Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, comes over, and it's okay. Then you saw Natalya and Titus Worldwide come out for the card game, which was interesting. You had Matt Hardy against Bray Wyatt. I'm not going to get into this too much, but I was really disappointed in the fact that this match even happened. Bray Wyatt actually won the match with his sister Abigail. Are they setting up for another final deletion? Or are they just going to bore me more with this woken Matt Hardy crap? I don't like it. They got to do something soon. They go back to the Barclays Center and they announce Women for the Past. That is how boring the show is so far, folks. I yawned even thinking about it. The Bella Twins, Maurice, Kelly, Lillian Garcia, who she got no response whatsoever. Jacqueline, Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, where is Layla? Who knows? Terry Reynolds comes out, Maria Kanellis, and then Trish. Where's Lita? Where is Lita? I don't get it. Where is Alundra Blaze? She was on Raw when it started. No, I love Medusa, so, I mean, come on. I want to see Medusa. Yeah, but where was Lita? I think Lita, I just don't get where she was. One of these ladies could have been involved, and Trish looked like she was ready to wrestle. There you go. Elias met up with Chris Jericho. They did a little thing with that, which I thought was cool, having Jericho on there, especially since he just showed up at Wrestle Kingdom. Elias shows up in the ring, sings a song, and then Cena comes out. Now, I hate John Cena, and I was really glad to see that Elias hit him with a low blow. I was really excited to see that, and then I was excited to see that Elias smashed his guitar over John Cena's head. And for myself, I hope it wasn't gimmicked, or yes, I hope it wasn't gimmicked. And that Cena, well, you know, he's a chick anyway because he got his balls kicked off of him. I would just hope that John Cena has to go to the concussion doctor and that it's game over for him and he's not in the Royal Rumble. Because seriously, I don't care about John Cena. I don't want to see him. You know, he made Samoa Joe look like just out of it. So, I don't care. The New Day joined the APA card game. It ends with a damn from Ron Simmons. Of course it does. Mark Henry came out. The Godfather was there. Godfather introduces him to a woman. And then the Godfather says, yeah, this is my wife. And it was pretty funny. And Olivia was pretty roll-tide. I use that term now because I like it. Thanks, Conrad. Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews against Rhino and Heath Slater. I see no reason for this match whatsoever. I thought it was so stupid. I thought the stupidest part was when the Dudleys came out. They put Slater through a table, but then Rhino was right there, and Heath Slater's partner didn't do anything about it, and actually, thought it was cool. Because, you know, apparently Rhino and the Dudleys have this past. It was just so stupid. It was just so stupid and ridiculous that it shouldn't even have been on Raw. I can't believe they wasted talent like that. AJ Styles comes out, gets interviewed by Mean Gene Okerlund. It was great, and the Cammy thing is not getting over at all. At all. Then DX comes out. They do a really, really long intro, but it was a good intro. It got the crowd into it. And then the Balor Club came out, and it was the first time all show that you saw new and old kind of mix to where it to be interesting. So the Balor Club came out, and Too Sweet a DX, which was a cool moment. But then the Revival came out and went against Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson win the match. So again, like I called last week, where the Revival were going to come out and get demolished by a team, it wasn't even a legendary team. It was just a throwaway match. But Dawson and Dash and Dawson got hit with every single finisher from DX, and the only thing they didn't get hit with is the Magic Killer, which was really weird. So it is what it is. Oh, they got hit with the Magic Killer before the thing even started. I kind of forgot that because I just saw the pin out of nowhere. Then they go back to the Barclays Center. First of all, if you were in the Manhattan Center, you saw a really crappy match between Hardy and Wyatt. You saw the DX reunion and you saw the Undertaker, and that was pretty much it. If you were in the Barclays Center, you saw a women's match, and at least you got to see the finale. And you got that Miz match, which was a good match against Roman Reigns, but hell, it's the Miz. So, where would you want to be? I was glad to be at home. Then you have Raw General Manager Kurt Angle coming out with all three of them. People who are in the Universal Championship match. You had Braun coming out first. Then you had Kane. Then you had Brock Lesnar. They really kind of ran through this fast. Brock got demolished by... Well, Kane got F5'd by Brock. And Braun used his strength to put Brock through the table. He also chucked him in the barricade, which the barricade, just got... It was done. Big holes in the barricade. But Brock got sent through a table, and Braun celebrated. Braun must pose. So, folks, that was Raw 25, the recap show. It made me very tired to watch wrestling, but I will, because I love wrestling. This show had so many downs. I can't wait to hear Simon Miller, because I think he's going to give a lot of this a down. I think the booking was very sad. Disappointing. So, let me know your thoughts and feelings below here on the Scott Show podcast on YouTube and on Speaker.com. So we'll see you guys here very soon on Speaker.com on the Scott Show. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you here real soon. Have fun and good night.